Hi guys, so this is another lecture of Principles of Management, and in this lecture we're going to start with the process of management. So before we continue, just a brief introduction about myself. So I'm Sandhya Rao, working as an assistant professor at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. These are the topics that we're going to cover, and we have already covered the introduction part and the nature of management. So we're going to continue with the process and the basic managerial roles and skills required in management. So let's get started. All right, so this is the process of management. So if you could see this diagram, starting with planning, we move on to organizing, and then we move to staffing, and then we have leadership, and then finally we have to control the things. So what exactly are these things? See, first of all, the basic step in everything is about planning. Okay, whenever we have to start something, we have to plan it. So planning is basically, it's goal oriented thing. We have to frame certain goals and objectives, and then we will have to decide the future course of action. So the objective or the goal is going to determine the future course of action. So that is why planning is very much important, because it is going to decide the kind of work that we're going to do, the kind of resources that we will be needing, the kind of skills that we will be required to fulfill the objective, and how we're going to go about it. So there are a lot of things that needs to be planned only once the planning or the objective is being set. So that is why planning is the first and foremost thing that comes in the process of management, and you have to frame a objective or goal in this step. The next is organizing. Now this is the next step, which comes under the process of management, and here you will be deciding the resources that you will be needing to accomplish the goal or the objective. As in, let's say, if my goal is that I have to get good marks. Okay, let's say my goal is to get 90% marks in the examination. Now what are the resources that I will be needing? First is that I need to have books. Second is I might be using internet also for other assistance. Let's say I want to check YouTube videos on any particular topic to clear my doubts, or I want to go through some journals also. So whatever resources I will be needing, I'll have to think about that in this step. Okay, so I will be allocating the resources. So also I will be requiring some other things also. So whatever resources I need, I will be allocating them in this step. The next thing is staffing. All right, so let's say if we talk about a company, then if they set an objective of, let's say we want to achieve a target of 20,000 units in this month. Now for that, the next thing will be that they need to organize the resources, as in whatever raw material they will be required, जो भी चीजें लगेंगी, they will allocate them. ठीक है, उन चीजों को वो लेकर आएंगे. And next thing will be who is actually going to do that work. जो भी people होंगे who are actually going to do this work, they will have to hire them. So staffing is all about that, कि आपको जो भी लोगों से ये काम कराना है, वो कौन लोग होंगे, क्या क्या skills required होनी चाहिए, what are the skills that should be there in the persons who are going to do the work, and उनका सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया क्या होगा. सो यहाँ पे आपका जो प्रिमाइस होता है, दैट इज कि आपके पास राइट पर्सोनल होना चाहिए एट द राइट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. ठीक है, ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए दैट यू आर हायरिंग द बेस्ट पर्सन फॉर योर वर्क बट द टाइमिंग इज रॉन्ग. ठीक है, तो टाइम सही होना चाहिए, पर्सन भी सही होना चाहिए, एंड स्किल्स भी सही होनी चाहिए. The next thing is leadership. Again, hiring the best of people will not ensure that you will be able to fulfill your objective. You have to guide them. So leadership is all about that. You have to motivate your employees. You have to give them constant directions, and you have to guide them, and you have to support them. So leadership is all about that. You give moral support to your employees so that they work towards the organizational goal. The next thing is controlling, which is about that okay, you are doing everything very smoothly, you have plan, you have proper planning, you have organized all the resources, you have the best people available with you, also you are guiding them. But what happen if, even after doing everything in the best possible manner, the things still don't come out the way you wanted them to be? So in that case, you have to check that why is this deviation coming from the actual performance and the planned goals. जो आपने plan किया था वो same आपके result से match क्यों नहीं हुआ. So you have to find out the deviations, and how you're going to do it, you will have to see, you will have to control the things now. So at every step controlling is applicable, and last में जब आपका पूरा process complete हो जाता है, end result आ जाता है, then definitely तब तो आपको cross check करना ही होता है that you know किस step पर मेरी गलती हुई है, and you have to चेक दैट यू नो मेरी जो मेरे प्लान्स थे वो फॉल्टी थे, मैंने ज्यादा अनरियलिस्टिक प्लान्स तो नहीं सेट कर दिए थे, या मेरी परफॉर्मेंस जो है वो एफिशिएंट नहीं थी, तो कहाँ पर आई एम लैगिंग बिहाइंड, यू हैव टू चेक दैट एंड यू विल एंश्योर दैट फ्रॉम द कंट्रोलिंग पार्ट. Okay, so this is about the process of management, and we'll be talking about each and every part in the subsequent units. One unit is devoted to each of the parts of these process. So यहाँ पे हमने बस एक brief introduction लिया है कि exactly ये होता क्या है, management होती कैसे है. So management starts with the planning and it ends with controlling, and then again it starts with planning. So this cycle continues. ठीक है, this cycle never stops. Management is a continuous process. All right, so after this I want to show you a video that will make it more clear as to what process of management is. Now in that video, the term that they have used is functions of management, so don't get confused. In that video, that functions actually means a process only. Okay, there are certain people who treat this process as the function of management, that the management has to plan, has to organize, has to ensure the good staffing, leadership and controlling. So that can be used as a function also or process also, but we will take it as a process. Some books have referred to it as a function. So that video should be seen in the context of process of management. So let's get started now. All right. So I hope you have enjoyed the video, and it was just the explanation of what we have done. Moving ahead, these are the managerial skills that are required um, in any organization. So if you could see, we have divided it into three parts. There's conceptual skills, then we have human skills, and then we have technical skills. So we have presented it in a grid form so that we could understand it in a better way. That there are three levels of management. There is a lower level management, and there's a middle level management, and top level management. So at every level of management, we require different kinds of managerial skills. Okay, because the nature of work is different at every level of management. And that is why we need different managerial skills. See, if we talk about the lower level management, which is also known as the supervision level, the work or the nature of work is such that you have to do a lot of technical work. As in actual जो work होता है, जो production का work हुआ या कोई भी अगर जिस भी चीज में जो आपकी core जो field है, उसका जो exactly जो काम होता है वो यहीं पर होता है. जो आपका product development वाला जो काम होता है, that is being done at the lower level. Okay, so here the manager will always be required to possess technical skills. यहाँ पे उनकी technical skills का weightage जो है वो ज़्यादा होगा as compared to the other skills. Because यहाँ पे let's talk about a simple scenario. आपके कॉलेज में if let's say teachers की hiring होती है, then there's a proper hierarchy. ठीक है, there's a teacher, then there's the director, and उनके ऊपर there are chairman also, vice chairman, जो भी आपकी hierarchy follow होती है. Now टेक्निकल स्किल्स अगर हम स्कूल कॉलेजेस की बात करें, टीचर्स की बात करें, तो वहाँ पे जो लोअर लेवल पे जो स्टूडेंट्स के साथ जो डील कर रहे हैं, दे आर टीचर्स. ओके, सो टेक्निकल स्किल्स एज इन की सब्जेक्ट रिलेटेड जो नॉलेज होनी चाहिए वो सबसे ज्यादा टीचर्स में रिक्वायर्ड होती है. ठीक है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट हायर लेवल पे अगर आप जाएंगे तो टेक्निकल स्किल्स बिल्कुल ही नहीं होनी चाहिए, डेफिनेटली होनी चाहिए, बट द वेटेज of technical skills is more at lower level. ठीक है, as we move ahead हमारी और skills जो होती हैं उनकी need ज़्यादा होती है as compared to the technical skills, right? Even if let's say एक teacher है जिसकी technical skills जो है वो ज़्यादा अच्छी नहीं है, subject knowledge ज़्यादा नहीं है, but the person is very good with the students, he or she is very good with dealing with the students, and conceptual skills जो है वो काफ़ी अच्छी है, decision power काफ़ी अच्छी है, but at the same time that is not required at the lower level. The person has to possess the technical skills, and इस basis पे maybe उनका rejection भी हो सकता है. So the kind of managerial skills that we need depends upon the level of management. Okay, so starting with the technical skills होती हैं जो आपकी basic जो आपकी knowledge होती है relating to any subject, या जो भी equipments को कैसे use करना है, what are the techniques and procedures which are required in the performance of specific tasks. Okay, अगर लेट्स से बैंकिंग की हम बात करें तो बैंक में जो आपके एग्जीक्यूटिव्स होते हैं, दे नीड टू हैव मोर नॉलेज, मोर टेक्निकल स्किल्स कि कौन से अकाउंट में कितना रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट मिलने वाला है. ठीक है, एंड व्हाट आर द रिक्वायरमेंट्स, कौन सा फॉर्म फिल करना है, ये सब चीजें उनको ज्यादा पता होनी चाहिए. बट इफ आई टॉक अबाउट दी जो आपका बिल्कुल हायर लेवल पे अगर कोई मैनेजर है या जो सीईओ है किसी पर्टिकुलर बैंक के, और मैं उनसे पूछूं कि आपके बैंक में अगर मुझे कोई अकाउंट ओपन कराना है तो मुझे कौन सा फॉर्म फिल करना पड़ेगा, then he or she can certainly say that I don't have any knowledge about that, because उनको टेक्निकल स्किल्स की इतनी ज्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, बिकॉज वहां पे उनका जो रोल है दैट इज डिफरेंट. तो द नेचर ऑफ वर्क दैट दे डू इज डिफरेंट, सो दैट इज व्हाई वहां पे उनकी नीड जो है वो कंसेप्चुअल स्किल्स की ज्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू दी टेक्निकल स्किल्स. Alright, so these skills require specialized knowledge and proficiency in the mechanics of a particular field. वो जिस भी फील्ड में है उसकी जो कोर नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, जो प्रोफिशिएंसी होनी चाहिए, वो यहाँ की बात कर रहे हैं टेक्निकल स्किल्स की. Technical skills lose relative importance as we move to higher level, as I've already told you that when we move ahead, when we move forward in the hierarchy, then technical skills are not as important. ठीक है, मतलब important होती है, but comparatively जो और skills हैं उनके comparison में कम हो जाती है उनकी weightage. Okay. Then next is human skills. Human skills refers to the ability of a manager to deal with the people. ठीक है, humans के साथ जो आपकी deal करने की skills होती हैं. So how you behave with other people. ठीक है, being a manager you have to deal with so many people. So how you talk to them, how you work with them. Now the manager should not be a जो आपको boss होता है, या एक अच्छा leader जो होगा, the leader or a good leader or a good manager will always try to be a part of the group. Okay, he will not be seen as a boss or something like that, because हमें orders दिए जा रहे हैं, हमें directions दी जा रही हैं. That person will actually feel or feel himself or herself as a part of the group, and वो आपके साथ रह के काम करेंगे. ठीक है. So human skills are concerned with the understanding of people. They will try to understand you, आपकी problems को understand करेंगे, उनको properly convey भी करेंगे at higher level of management. So these are required to win the cooperation of others, and usually जो आपका middle level होता है, actually ये human skills जो है ये हर level पे required होती हैं. ठीक है, इनका nature ऐसा है कि आपको lower level पे भी चाहिए, middle पे भी चाहिए, and higher level पे भी चाहिए. So these are required to, but the thing is कि lower level पे ज़्यादा pressure होता है technical work का, एंड मिडिल लेवल पर हम कह सकते हैं कि ये ज़्यादा जो है इनकी वेटेज ज़्यादा होती है. बट अगेन ये रिक्वायर्ड तीनों ही स्टेप्स पर चाहिए होती है, रिक्वायर्ड है. ठीक है, दीज आर रिक्वायर्ड टू विन द कोऑपरेशन ऑफ अदर्स एंड टू बिल्ड इफेक्टिव वर्क टीम्स. Next is conceptual skills. Now, these kinds of skills are weighted higher as compared to the technical and human skills. And conceptual skills as in कि आप कैसे सारी चीज़ों को conceptualize करते हो, decision making power कैसी है चीज़ों को, यानी कि यहाँ पर आने के बाद एक higher level, top level management पे आने के बाद you have to see all the things on the bigger picture, bigger side. ठीक है? These skills refers to the ability to visualize the entire picture or to consider a situation in its totality. कि यहाँ पे आपको एक single aspect से चीजों को नहीं देखना है. You have to see things in totality. And these skills help the manager to analyze the environment and to identify the opportunities. Also because you are in a dynamic environment, business is a dynamic environment, and every now and then there are new opportunities and new threats coming up. So you have to analyze the things. So यहाँ पर जो आपका nature है, जो आपका profile है, जो आपकी skills required है, वो थोड़ी foresightedness होनी चाहिए. You should be able to visualize things, you should be able to conceptualize things, एंड लोगों के हित के लिए आपको बड़े लार्जर स्केल पर जो है चीजों को प्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा, सोचना पड़ेगा. Conceptual skills are especially important for top level managers who must develop long range plans for the future directions of their organization. If I take a very basic example, एक बहुत ही layman language में अगर मैं समझाऊं, then the prime minister may or may not possess the skills that are required to actually understand the technical things कि finance में budget कैसे prepare होता है, या budget में तो कैसे planning करनी है, कितना कौन सा budget किसको allocate करना है. This entire thing is actually done by the finance department. Okay, जो आपके economists होते हैं, they decide actually the actual जो work है, जो technical work है, वो lower level पर हो रहा है. But आपका जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, जो प्रेसिडेंट है, वो कंसेप्चुअल वर्क पे बेस्ड है. ठीक है, उनका जो रोल है दैट इज, और क्या जो उनकी जो स्किल्स रिक्वायर्ड है, वहां पे कंसेप्चुअल स्किल्स की ज्यादा जरूरत है. ठीक है, बिकॉज दे हैव टू सी थिंग्स ऑन द बिगर पिक्चर. दे विल सी what we actually want to do for our country, and then they will direct it to the lower level managers, and they will actually find out a solution कि ठीक है हम ऐसे ऐसे चीजें को कर सकते हैं. They will decide कि ठीक है अच्छा ये प्लान अच्छा है, ये प्लान बुरा है. ठीक है, so the actual work, the technical work is done by the lower level management. Then we have middle level management who focuses more on the interpersonal relationship, and then we have the higher level or the top level management which does more of the conceptual work. Moving ahead, these are the managerial roles. Abhi, we just discussed about the managerial skills. These are the managerial roles now. So there are three kinds of roles: interpersonal, informational, and decisional roles. ठीक है, interpersonal as in जो आपके personal relations होते हैं दूसरे लोगों के साथ, जो आपका कैसा repo है, the kind of relationship, the kind of behavior you have with other people. That is about interpersonal. Informational as in how you collect and disseminate the information. Then decisional as in what kind of decisions you actually take. There are certain kind of decision, there are certain decisions which have to be taken by the lower level management, and there are certain decisions which are meant for the top level management only. We'll talk about that as well. So if you could see this flow chart, so interpersonal, informational, and decisional, they have the subcategories as well. We'll discuss them in detail now. And information is all about feedback and to process the information, which means that there are certain things which you only have to convey, and there are certain information that you have to collect. So all this comes under informational role. Okay. And decisional role actually use that information, whatever information you have collected, you will give that information or you will use that information. ठीक है, आप ही तो एक्चुअली में काम करने वाले हो सारी चीजों पे, so you will use the information. Whereas informational department or the middle level management will actually process the information, as in they will try to actually convey it in a better way, because जो आपकी higher level management है, they will provide the information जहाँ से भी जिन भी insights है उनको मिलेगी. Informational role will actually process the information, and then the decisional who actually uses information to make decisions. So these are the interpersonal roles. So we have divided into three categories: figurehead, liaison role, and the leader role. Figurehead as in how you represent. ठीक है, आप एक represent करते हो अपनी organization को. जो lower level management है, जो lower level managers हैं, they will represent their work group, जो भी जिनके साथ वो काम करते हैं. Then again, जो आपकी top level management होती है, they represent the entire organization to the other people, to the outside world. So figurehead role basically means कि how how you represent. आप एक you are treated as a head of your organization, you are treated as a head of your group, and you are the picture or you represent that group. ठीक है, so figurehead role is about that only, that you represent your group. So how you treat them, how you represent them, that is all up to you. Then the next is liaison role, which means that liaison basically means the formal kind of a communication, like जो आप formal grounds पे जो communication करते हो for work purpose, that is liaison. So यहाँ पे the manager interacts with people and peer groups outside the organization. जो top level managers होते हैं, they do that with other organizations so as to maintain a good work rapport, work relations के लिए they have to contact or they have to maintain good relations with other people as well. And the supervisor uses the same kind of a role to maintain the routine flow of work, which means that the lower level management will, or the lower level manager will have to ensure a good communication with its employees, जो उनके workers हैं, जो उनसे उनको रोज डील करना होता है, so as to maintain the routine flow of work. अगर उनकी कोई प्रॉब्लम है, then they should come and contact them, उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स को रिजॉल्व करना, so as to ensure that कोई भी ब्रेकडाउन जो है वो ना हो काम से. The next is leader role. Again, leader role is very important because every manager should become a good leader. He should not be treated as a boss, because boss and leader में बहुत difference होता है. We'll talk about that in the third unit when we'll be talking about leadership role and what leadership qualities are and what leadership exactly is. तो यहाँ पे आप बस इतना समझ लीजिए कि आपका मैनेजर का आपके एम्प्लॉयज के साथ क्या रिलेशन है, that actually defines the leadership role. Okay. नेक्स्ट इज इंफॉर्मेशनल रोल्स. अगेन आपको बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करनी पड़ती है, बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन डिसेमिनेट करनी पड़ती है, यानी कि स्प्रेड करनी पड़ती है, कन्वे करनी पड़ती है. So what exactly are these informational roles? So first is monitor, disseminator and spokesperson role. Monitor role as in how you monitor the things. आप सुपरवाइज करते हो, आप ओवरव्यू लेते हो आप चीजों को, ठीक है, ऊपर ऊपर से देखते हो कि सारी चीजें कैसे चल रही हैं. Disseminator as in you spread lot of information, ठीक है. Top level management receives the information and transmits more information from people outside the organization than the supervisor. See, the thing is that the top level management will disseminate the information coming from the outside world. ठीक है, जो बाहर के लोगों से, बाहर के environment से जो भी information आ रही है, that will be conveyed in the organization by the top level management. And the middle level or the lower level management will convey the message of top level management to their subordinates. ठीक है, so this is the disseminator role, which means कि वो कैसे information को spread कर रहे हैं, communicate कर रहे हैं. Then the next is spokesperson role, which means the manager disseminates the organization's information into its environment. Thus, the top level management is seen as an industry expert. Again, you are the spokesperson for your organization, for your group of people that you work with. Spokesperson as in उनके बिहाफ पे आप उनके लिए बोलते हैं, ठीक है, यू आर द स्पोक्स पर्सन, उनके रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं. सो अगेन आप अपनी भी इंफॉर्मेशन को कन्वे करते हैं बाहर वाले लोगों के सामने. अगर आपको कोई फीडबैक देना है, देन यू विल डू दैट एज वेल. आप फीडबैक भी डिसेमिनेट कर सकते हैं. लोअर लेवल मैनेजमेंट जो है वो मिडिल लेवल को कन्वे करेंगे अपनी फीडबैक. Then middle level will convey it to the top level management, and top level management will convey it to the outside world that we are efficient, we are doing these many work, we have already achieved so many targets. तो जो भी चीज जिस भी तरीके से वो प्रेजेंट करना चाहते हैं, they will also communicate it to the outside world. So that is the spokesperson role. Then we have decisional roles, which talks about the kinds of decision that we take. There is entrepreneurial role, disturbance handler role, resource allocator, and negotiator role. The entrepreneurial role, as in the manager initiates changes, new projects, identifies new ideas, and delegates idea responsibility to others. तो यहाँ पे आपको एक जो बेसिक जो रोल जो रहता है आपका डिसीजन होता है, दैट इज अबाउट कि सबसे पहले आपको एक नया आइडिया लेकर आना है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज को टैप करना है. यू हैव टू चेक दैट कौन कौन से लोग मुझे चाहिएंगे इस काम को कराने के लिए. यू विल डेलीगेट द आइडिया and responsibility to others. What are the new projects that you want to continue with, and initiate करते हैं चेंज को. तो ये जो आपके बिजनेस आइडियाज एंड बिजनेस से रिलेटेड जो बड़ी बड़ी चीजें होती हैं, जो एक चेंज लाने वाली चीजें होती हैं, वो एंटरप्रेन्योरियल रोल में आती हैं. Then the next is disturbance handler role. The manager deals with the threats to the organization. So here we are trying to handle the disturbance. So whatever problems are coming in the organization, the business takes corrective action relating to that, and they try to resolve that particular dispute or crisis. Okay. And then next is resource allocator role. So here you are trying to allocate the resources. Okay, so you decide who gets the resources, who gets the schedule, then the budget, and you set the priorities and chooses where the organization will apply its efforts. So as in यहाँ पे आप ये decide कर रहे हैं कि आपको कैसे जो है अपने resources allocate करने हैं. For example, आप budget decide करते हैं, ठीक है. सबसे पहले if I try to cover all these decisions, so let's start with the establishment of a new company. ठीक है, तो मैंने entrepreneurial role लिया कि मुझे एक नई कंपनी जो है establish करनी है. मेरे माइंड में एक आइडिया आया. I have identified a new idea, and that will definitely bring a new change in the society. And I have already decided that who exactly are going to come with me, मेरे साथ कौन कौन काम करने वाला है. So this is entrepreneurial role. Then the next thing is, whenever we start a new thing, we all know that there are certain problems that are going to come up. So I have to identify the future possibilities also. मुझे थोड़ा सा foresightedness भी रखना पड़ेगा. मुझे फ्यूचर को थोड़ा सा एंटिसिपेट करना पड़ेगा. एंड आई विल ऑल्सो हैव टू टेक करेक्टिव एक्शंस एज एंड व्हेन द सिचुएशन अराइजेस इन द फ्यूचर. फ्यूचर में कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है तो उसके लिए आई शुड बी वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. मेरे पास सारे मेजर्स होने चाहिए, एंड अपनी स्किल का रिक्वायर यूज करते हुए मुझे उस टाइम उस चीज को सॉल्व कर लेना चाहिए. The next thing is, okay, I have decided that I want to start with a new project, a new idea. The next thing will be that how I'm going to do it, or whatever resources I need to have, how I'm going to collect them. ठीक है, तो वो सब चीजें आप resource allocation role से करेंगे. Then the next thing is negotiator role. Again, because business is not a one-man thing. We need a lot of people with us, and that is our management actually came into being, because when we have to deal with people, we need to manage them. So the next thing is negotiator role. So this actually means that how you're going to solve the dispute, the interpersonal disputes. So that is about negotiator. So the manager negotiates on the behalf of the organization. Let's say if I want to purchase raw material, so I will have to negotiate with my suppliers also that I want to buy it at a lower price. The supplier will obviously will say that I want to sell it for a higher price. तो बीच में आप एक negotiation करेंगे. अगर आपकी negotiating skills अच्छी हैं तभी आपको एक better price मिल पाएगा अपनी products के लिए, अपने raw material के लिए. Also, people often they have conflicts between them in the organization. So being a manager, being a leader, you have to take decisions relating to that as well. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि बार बार कोई conflict arise हो रहा है, you have to take certain actions against that. Alright, so this is about decisional roles. So I guess I have already summed up all the kinds of all the kinds of roles that we have in any organization. There are decisional roles, there are informational roles, and there are interpersonal roles. See, organization के अंदर आप क्या क्या करते हैं? आप लोगों से डील करते हैं, आप अपना काम करते हैं, ठीक है. तो यही सब चीजों से रिलेटेड आपके रोल्स बन गए हैं. Manager will also do some work, so he will have to take information, he have to process the information, and he have to disseminate the information. So this is about the information part. All right. Then because we have to deal with people, so we'll have to ensure certain interpersonal roles as well. Then obviously when we are working, we also have to take certain decisions. So these are the decisional roles. So this is it. So these are the questions that you're going to do. What kind of skills does a manager need to possess at higher level of management? And what are the various managerial roles in any organization? So this is your homework. And I hope you have understood the lecture well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. And yeah, that's it. In the next lecture, we'll start with the theories of management, classical, neoclassical, and modern approach. So we'll continue with that. All right. Thank you.